Hello guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Technology Club. And in today's video, we're going to be learning how to design in a 3D model in TinkerCad. So we're going to be learning in different types of 3D modeling websites, TinkerCad, Blender, and also 3D Paint. But for today, we're going to be using TinkerCad. It's the simplest one yet. So without any further ado, let's jump right into the video. Sorry about my face cam today also. I think so I might have to buy a new webcam. So without any further ado, let's jump right into the video. So first step is to open any browser. So Google Chrome, Firefox, Edge, anything you can open. And I'm going to use Google Chrome for this video, but you can use anything. So after opening, you have to search up TinkerCad. Just search up TinkerCad. That's it. Search up TinkerCad in your browser and then click on the first link. It should be tinkercad.com. Click on the first link, or the other way is to type tinkercad.com and hit enter. And you should be redirected to this website. So once you're here, what I want you to do is click on login, and so click on login and then do personal accounts, because you're not going to use some in school or anything. You're using your personal account, so you want to do personal accounts. And then you can do email or username, but I would recommend sign in with Google. I usually recommend that, but as I already have an account, I'm going to continue with email or username. And then I will have to blur out this part. So sorry, but basically here you have to put in your email. And then once there's one button called next. After you hit that, then you'll be redirected to the password page where you have to put your password, and there's a stay signed in option, just like the app guide video. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link a timestamp in the description to where the stay signed in and I told you. So basically, if you don't want to go to that video, it's basically a checkbox which you can just click. And like if you close the browser and all also, still you'll be signed in for I believe a month. It depends on different websites. For AppGyver it's a month, for this one, and I am not really sure. So I'm going to click on stay signed in and then click on sign in, and once you have entered your password, you can click on sign in. But if you have not created an account, you can in tinkercad.com. If you remember, there was a sign up page. So if you don't have an account, you can click on sign up and you can use your account or create an account. So as of here, I am going to click on sign in. Here. So before I get into anything, I want to tell you about something for this video which is going to be special. So for today's video, we are going to be having a project session, and you might be asking, what is a project session? A project session is basically something in which where I'll give you a project and you have to design in the project which I give you, or do the project which I give you. And if it's a physical project, then I want you to click a photo and paste it in one form which I'll be posting down in the description. Or if it's a virtual project, then and you just have to download the file and send it and paste it in the Google form which I'm going to give you, and then and I'll get it, and the best person to do the project will get a shout out from me. So let's continue on with the video. So once you log in, this is the page you come in, and I will have to blur some things out because it's something personal, but most of that I don't have to. So next you want to click on create. You can create a circuit, code blocks or 3D design, but as you know, this is about 3D designing, so we are going to go with 3D design. So once you create a design, it is automatically saved into your account, and what you have to do, you'll be redirected to this page. As you can see, this is a workspace. You see it's written work plane, and so actually this is all for 3D printing, which will be the next video if you guys want it. So for every video I put out a poll. In that poll you guys vote which video you want to see, and the video, the link which it gets the most number of votes, that I do. So for the recent poll I got this, so that's why I'm doing this. But next one, and I think so you guys will choose is 3D printing or play computer. Those are the two options only. So yeah, so you'll be redirected to this page, and you can't change the name of the project. Oh wait, you can't change the name. You need to upgrade to premium actually. This one it just shows, but when I type it won't work. It gets redirected. So that's why. But you can't change the name. If you want, you can upgrade to premium and change the name. I won't be going into premium today because I need to get monetized for that. And so, but yeah. So to move this thing, to move your view angle of this, how do you move your view angle? So you have to hold on right click, and then you have to drag your mouse like this. So I am currently holding down right click and I am moving my mouse. Or you can also move it from here. Just double tap and then you can drag it, or you can also do the same thing from here. Or if you want to see the proper side, then you can just click on the side here, like top. I clicked on the top. I can change in my view perspectives. I mean, these are arrows, so you can click on it. So this is basically a cuboid. I'm going to go towards the top a little. Next is this part. So I'm just going to insert a shape, and you'll see what is this. So first I'll be explaining this, then I'll go to this, and then I'll go to this part, and then I'll go to this part, and then I'll go to how to actually make something. So if I click this, you can see, one second, sorry. So you can see that we have 6 different things. So in Paint and MS Paint and or whatever most drawing softwares, you have already seen these. So these ones I'll just tell you. So copy. So this one is copy, paste. This one is duplicate and repeat. Delete, undo, redo. So it's basically your Paint and or most softwares have these, so I won't be going into that, and I'm just going to tell you that. Next is this. So from this also we are not going to be taking in everything. We're only going to be taking these 3. So 1, 2, 3. So in this I'll drag in another shape. If I select both of them, and if you're wondering how I selected it, I just drag and drop. So I drag whatever inside this box, I get whatever I need in by dragging, and then I select. So then and I will be unlocked with these options. So the first one is group. So to group parts, and we are going to be going into holes or shapes like this one, holes. We are going to be going into them a little later, but for these we will be requiring these a lot. For grouping is very important, and it's a very versatile thing, and we needed it for if we are planning to do something big, like something in which has a lot of structure. We require the group, otherwise not possible. So to group, select two or more items, and then you can just click on this button, click group, and then they will be grouped. So now these are not two separate parts. These are two separate parts though. It's basically like the code. This is one part but also two parts. You can say it like that. This is one part because it's grouped. Both of them are together. Look, I can only drag them at once. And if I want to select, I will have to ungroup them. How do I ungroup? The second button is also known as ungroup. So just click on it, and then everything will be separated of that group. So I have two separate things, as you can see. So next I'm going to be going into align. Align I won't be going into now, because when we are designing, then we will be checking upon that. Next is this part. So this is from where we get our shapes and all. Nothing too much, just the normal shapes which you want. And we have diamond, and dice is ring, star, and then an icosahedron, and then we have many more, but we're not going to be going into that now. We're only going to be looking into a little bit. So these are holes. We can change any of them, but these are the two most commonly used holes. Hole is basically to make a hole in a part. So this is a part, but I want a hole in it. How do I make it? And so I'll show it to you how to make a hole later, but now look. So now a hole is created. So this is how to create hole. It's not rendering right now, but it will render in later. But for now I'm just going to delete it. So for now I'm just going to delete them. Now we're going to be going into this part. So in this part we have the home. So the home position and of your viewing angle, you can't change this. This is the normal view angle. If you click on home view, like that. Next is fit all in view. So if you have many parts, so something right there, and I'll zoom in a bit. So now I can't see it, but if I click on it, it will show me all of the parts. But what if I want to see at everything? So suppose right now I only have one part, so that's why I'm not able to see it. So if I go a little back, zoom out, I'll put another part here, and then if I click on this, yes, it will only show me whatever is selected, it will show me in that. But if I'm not selected anything, then only it will show me all of them. So that's fit all in view. It says it by the name, so I don't have to explain it. Zoom in and zoom out, so you can zoom in and zoom out. For this one we will be going into it later. I clicked it, but we're going to be going into those later because that is a little complicated and I won't explain be explaining those now. So now we go into the shapes. So these shapes are just for your convenience. What if I want to make a sphere shape hole? If I go here, as you can see, we have this. This is the properties, or the properties of a shape you can change. So I can also change the shape to a hole. Now you see where we are going. So now there's nothing to disturb us from making different shapes of holes. So now if I just move this up a bit, I'll make it a little bit bigger, then I'll combine it, group these two. Look, now it's a hole. Can you see? That's one. So I'll delete everything. So import. Import means to import something from an external thing inside the TinkerCad. So we can import anything. We can just select a file, and TinkerCad only supports STL, OBJ and SVG for imports, and file size is only up to 25 MB. If you upgrade to premium, then that file size will go up, but it's kind of a waste of money. I wouldn't recommend it, so not now. And next is export. So once you design a 3D model, we have to also get it back. So to do that, we have to export. Exporting is basically getting a file back which you have designed, and send to, we are going to check into that later. So now this is our shapes. Today we are only going to be looking into box, text, and torus. That's it. We're not going to be looking into other things because I don't want to confuse it. And for today's project, I'm going according to that. And so I'm kind of running out of time, so I'll hurry a little bit now. So to put in a shape, how do we put in a shape? So to put in a shape, we have to drag and drop. So suppose if I go to our windows, how do we drag and drop and arrange? Like that only we have to do it. So sorry, that's my recording software. Sorry for the disturbance here. So like that only we can drag and drop it here. So now once we have dragged and dropped it, we can close out this box now. How do we edit the size? So once you click on it, you will see these dots. So the black dots are for the sides, to change the sides, and these white dots are the vertex or corners. So the white dot, you can change the size from the corners. Some white dots are for the sides also, but most of them are for the sides. Most of the white dots are for the vertex. And this cone is used to move of your object to whatever height you want it. And how do we rotate it? Here we have this thing. If you click on it, then it will be brought to this window. So you can just click on it and then rotate it like this. Yes. You just have to drag it and just drag it, and then once you're done, just stop. Same thing for here. When I'm rotating it 90 degree, I'm just going to do it 180. Yeah. So I've gone through the basic features now. Now we are going to be designing in one keychain. So designing a keychain. So first I'll make this is big, the platform, and now I am going to change the height. So if you don't know what height and all you want, you can just set it here. So and this is in millimeters. This height is in millimeters. So I want it to be 2 millimeters. So now we have gotten it into 2 millimeters. This thing, the base. And now I want to put my name. So it drag and dropped a text from here like this, same way how we dragged in the cube. And then how do I change the text? Yes, I want it to be my name. So in the properties tab, you can change the font. We have 4 fonts, and we can also change the height and all, like here also. I'm not going to change it from here. This one is better. Bevel also we can change, and how thick and all we want. Segments also. Segments is kind of complicated, so I won't be going into that. Font, I want it to be sans, and I'll put it as Technology Club. And you can also change the color from here. Just click the solid and then you can change it. But in 3D printing, as you know, color doesn't matter. Whatever is in the file, it doesn't matter. It matters is about your plastic. In 3D printing, I'll be going into detail later, but not now. Now I'll be putting it as Tech Club for now, because I don't want it to waste time. And then I'll be putting it inside. I want the height to be 5 because this entire thing I want it to be 5 millimeters. But my text is synced in with that, so I want it to be 5 millimeters. So 2 for the base, 3 for the text. So this is my label. I'll just extend this a little for the whole. So now, suppose this is not in the center. How should we keep it in the center? That is where align comes in. So we'll select multiple things. So select, left click and drag, and then you can select multiple things. Align. So now we can align things. So I want to align this in the center. So now as you can see, it's aligned. And so now it's in a straight line. It's in a proper axis. So here, if I select it again, align, I can align it in the center. I can align it in the right, here, and horizontally also. But I am happy with this. So now we are designing the keychain, but we also have to put a hole to put the thread, or if you want, we can also put a ring. So first we'll grab in the torus, because that's the size of a ring. I'll make it a little bit. I'll make it a bit big. 1 second. Yes. And now I want to put this. So I can't put it like this, right? So I need to rotate it. So first I'll rotate it 180 degrees like this, and then I'll rotate it at 90 degrees like this. So now it's proper. So now I'm going to select only the base and the ring, and I'm going to align. This time I'm going to align in it so that this one is going to be in the center. And now I want to move it a little bit here. Oh, sorry. This ring I'll move it manually. So I have to align it again, and I'll align it. Okay, it's already aligned. Next I'll align the ring, align center. Yeah. So now I need to change this to a hole. So how did we? So first we'll select it, and then we can just change it to a hole. And now to put a hole inside, we have to group it. We have to group the model. So I'll group it like this, and now we have a hole. But I don't like it. So what I'll do, I'll select this again, Ctrl Z to undo, and then I'll change the tube. Tube is basically how thick it is, and I'll just make it a little bit. And the torus, and I'll just make it a little bit wider. And now I'll align both of them. Align center. Yeah. Now I'll group it, and then I'll get a perfect hole. Yes. That's perfect. Right, so now we have gotten our design. I made it. Right, so next I want to export my design in so that I can and 3D print it, or I can keep it as a file. So we'll click on export, So in the next video, we are going to be downloading something called Repetitor Host, which is our editing software, our 3D printing software. And so for that, we are going to be using STL. STL file will be used. So today I am not going to tell you that. You can select one of these three if or export. So I'm going to select .stl. So next it will come here. You just click it. In Windows, default is 3D viewer, which you're going to be having 3D viewer. So here I can see my project. So it's Tekla here, and now this is my keychain. That's it. So that is how to do it. Next video, it depends on what you guys want it. So that's it. And for today's project is to make a keychain and similar to mine, but you can design it, you can edit it. Just don't put your real name because it's something private. And so don't put your real name, put something random name, and put any name you want, and don't put yours or your family's, or don't put anything in personal. Just put something which it is good, and I'll see how does it look. Okay, if it looks nice, then I'm going to give a shout out of you in the video. So that's it for today's video. Hope you liked it, and please subscribe, like and share the video. It would really help me a lot. And the links of my friends and DDC Play is Raman Java, Good Health, and SJGameX. It will be down in the description, and so go subscribe to them also. And join my Discord if you have any doubts. You can clarify it over there, and I'll try to respond as soon as possible. And last but not least, goodbye.